So it is April 15th, 2022. I got my B6 booster here, but no seltzer, just water with the usual lemon with the 4 mandarin oranges, citrus juice, turbinado cane sugar. I have to get a refill of the organic vegan raw cane sugar. And here I made homemade special hummus that includes, the tamari, the usual tahini, lemon, chickpeas, garlic, coarsely ground black pepper. I include balsamic, olive oil, Himalayan pink salt, and nutritional yeast. Smells really good. And a vegan bagel. It's good stuff. Just want to break this in half. Okay, there you go. That's better. It's good stuff. I forgot to mention one lemon. Small to medium size. I hand squeezed it today, but it's really good. Turned out really good. Probably because the last number of times I made it, I either put the whole cloves of garlic in there after I had peeled them and trimmed the ends. Where the stem would be on the cloves. I usually cut that piece off at all times, but last couple times I made the hummus, I put the whole cloves in there, or I either cut them in half, but I quartered them today and blended better. Two cans of chickpeas, 3 level tablespoons to 4, or yeah, about 3 level tablespoons of balsamic, 2 level tablespoons of tamari. It was gluten free. This is gluten, but the special hummus is 100% gluten free vegan. The bagels are vegan, but they're not gluten free. The usual 5 to 6 medium to large size cloves of garlic, about a whopping tablespoon of tahini, or two slight heaping tablespoons of tahini. It's either or whopping. A meaning one whopping tablespoon, or two. Okay. Okay. Now, what else? Usual 1/8 level teaspoon of coarsely ground black pepper. Actually, it was closer to 1/3. About 4 to 5 level tablespoons of nutritional yeast flakes. About 5 level tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And approximately 3/4 of a level teaspoon of coarsely ground Himalayan pink salt. A lot to go, but it's fun. It's very fun to eat. Yeah. Super good. I don't know if there was anything else that I forgot to mention or not. Yeah, it's better when I use 2 cans of chickpeas. Now, sesame seeds, even though that they're a good source of zinc and potassium. They're they're a pretty good source of potassium. Sesame tahini, but they could be quite high in the copper content as well. That's not necessarily a bad thing if you regularly, try to get a bit extra zinc than the recommended 8 to 1 of zinc to copper ratio, respectively, in proportions. But you don't want to become copper deficient. So that's where the sesame tahini is also good. Other than it being a great source of tryptophan, supposedly chickpeas are supposedly a good source of tryptophan. Same with edamame soybeans, which I get from tofu. But you never know how they associate chickpeas with tryptophan, because it could be confusing with just chickpeas being commonly an ingredient, major food staple ingredient in hummus, which includes tahini, which is known to be sesame seed tahini has always been known to be a good source of tryptophan. Whereas chickpeas, I don't know. It could have been possibly a viral rumor. I don't know if it could be. Um, you know, it's just I don't notice the same effects if I were to just eat chickpeas on like a salad or something, while excluding the tahini. Whereas I get more of a adjusted mood, more like a relaxed feeling when I include tahini as an ingredient. It's fun. It's nice. Good. Didn't go all over the place. I was afraid this was going to go all over the place. Oh. I love it. I haven't had it in a while, so. I toasted the bagels. It does digest better when I do that, when they're dry like that. With me, at least. I probably have celiac. I don't know how it happened, but partially probably due to a pinched nerve. It could be a. Could just be confused. Where, like, if I went to a doctor and if I went to, like, a doctor and explained to them I have trouble digesting wheat products, they would say, implicitly, they'd probably think of celiac disease or something. But partially my indigestion is due to a pinched nerve. And it could just be just that, you know what I mean? And that bread products is like it just breaks down better when I toast it like that. So, the rest of my family members that I live with currently use the toaster oven more frequently than the oven itself. So, I use regular oven for when I either warm something up or toast or something instead of using a toaster oven, even though it uses a little bit more electricity. Uh, it could spike the electricity, but I do pay a portion each month. Sometimes, depending on how much electricity has went up on the bill or whatever, just a portion. I was hesitating whether or not to add the nutritional yeast to that as the last ingredient. I was like, maybe I should try it without it. It's better without. Sometimes I include too much in there. Like 7 is. I used the last several times I made hummus, maybe 5 or 7 times last. I, I was trying to, if it were to have became a proprietary recipe, would have been a mistake the last number of times I was making it with about 7 level tablespoons